All right. What is up, traders? What's up, Tycoons? Super excited for today's video. Going to give you guys a little peek into the Discord, what really goes on in there, and all of the great resources, right? It's not just a place necessarily to copy entries and exits. We do post trades in there, but it's a complete resource, a one-stop shop that will really take care of you for all your market needs, whether it's news, whether it's golden sweep info, right? Large put options, big sweep orders. We have dark pool activity in there. There's so much. Okay, so I'm going to actually show you guys what comes in the Discord, so that way you don't really have any questions. Okay, so we'll hop straight into it. This is our member analysis tab. Okay, and so we allow members to also post analysis, right? So this is one of our best members in here, Buddha Bottom, which everybody just calls him Buddha. He's really, really good with the Elliott waves. And you'll see him posting his analysis in here. There's the Tycoon analysis. Now there's 4 admins, okay? So in full transparency, I didn't start the Discord, right? I actually a few years ago, one of my friends, I live in Florida, I live in Jacksonville, North Florida, and he ended up moving to South Florida. And I just saw, on social media, he was doing really well for himself, and that he was always posting these options trades. So I ended up joining his Discord, and I've just been promoted in there essentially to be able to post some of my own plays. And these guys, they don't really go on YouTube or anything like that. So I started making some videos, and was like, hey, let me just kind of promote the Discord a little bit while I grow my YouTube channel. And then I can offer people a discount basically if they join from the YouTube channel. So that's kind of the whole purpose. I don't really shill the Discord that much, but you'll see some great analysis in here. Price targets, levels, and the Tycoon analysis tab is where you're going to find that. Now, these are all the plays tabs, right? So we have the call outs. This is typically going to be where you'll see most of the plays. Okay, and you can see Tycoon Leon, he pretty much runs the show. We have Ron Reed in here. Ron Reed is like a silent assassin. Okay, he's been doing really well with his puts lately. All right, he did really well on Nvidia puts, on Tesla puts. Okay, and Leon is kind of out there trading SPX every single day. So if you're interested in trading, the major indexes like SPX or the Dow Jones or even the NASDAQ, Tycoon Leon is going to be covering most of that. Ron Reed is going to be going a little bit more for individual equities, a lot of the big names. Okay, we have the stock call out tab as well. Now, this is where people are going to be getting shares. A lot of times this can be for long-term shares, or sometimes these can be swing trades. We have the small cap call outs tab. And you can see I have a lot of plays in here too as well. A lot of these plays are going to be under $100 in premium, meaning that each contract you can buy one of the contracts for around $100. This month we had I had a 300% play in that tab. I got 100% play in that tab as well. We had some good swing trades, some good hedges, okay, on some of our long positions. We got a put here at 57. We got out at 82. All right, so that's a nice return, percentage wise. And then we have nest eggs as well. I actually closed a couple nest eggs today, both at 30% profits. We can see, in nest eggs are typically going to be plays that we're holding for long amounts of time, and that are option contracts that are pretty much leaps, essentially, right? So we had some fuel cell leaps here for, where we're able to close down around 100%. We have suggestion plays and stock suggestions as well, as we're not going to be jumping into every single play all the time. We have an earnings play tab as well. And then, we have a ton of Intel resources in here. I'll dive into those in a second. You can take a look at our profits tab as well. We just encourage people to post their profits. Jay Garducci is awesome. He's always, posting profits every day. He's not a trader that's out there trying to capture big 100% moves. He knows his style, and he just wants small, consistent profitability, 9.64%. Leon in here, $11,000 in profit, 60% play, if you guys would have followed him on those. And we can see that just over time, a lot of the members are making nice, consistent profits in here, whether it's on the total account, whether it's on individual plays. Black Dog is great. He's always coming in here and surprising everybody with huge plays, 453%. That's one of our members in here. And so you can see you know, a lot of the things that's going on. Now we have a questions tab as well. This is where generally, you know, sometimes this, all right, so we have the circle of opulence. This is like the daily chat room, right? And this is where everybody is mostly talking around, joking around, being friendly, just posting whatever they say. You know, this is where most people spend a lot of their time. Okay, and so we have the questions tab, so people can actually direct you know, their questions directly in here, so that way the admins can go ahead and answer them as well. Now we have a purchases from gains tab. Okay, you know, we can see a few of the things in here. Recently I just got married, and I, you know, bought my engagement ring from some gains. One of the members in the Discord is also a jeweler, so you know, you make some nice connections. We got people in here buying trucks. Okay, nice big Toyota Tundra truck off of some Tesla pays. And yeah, it's just nice. Okay, people buying tablets. Okay, people buying MacBooks. I even bought season tickets for this past football season, okay, off of some gains. So there's that. We have the testimonials tab, levels and ranks. This is just kind of like something fun for everybody. It kind of just lets them know, you know, their rank in the Discord. You know, there's lots of different levels in there. We have a crypto convos tab. So, you know, we mostly trade stocks and options, but we do have a crypto tab just for people who want to focus on crypto. They have their own specific tab, as well as penny stocks for people that are really focused on penny stocks. Okay, and we'll get into the Intel tabs, right? So we have a couple news feed bots. Okay, so these things are just going to be posting all the most important news constantly going on. All right, and then we have a news feed tab as well, and this is just going to be posting a lot of news. Okay, you know, all the time basically. So that's what I mean by this is like going to be your one-stop shop. You can come in the morning, you can take a look at the analysis, you can catch up on all of the news, right, and come in here and read all of the news. We have an important news tab. It's just like news, but it's basically just a different news bot. Okay, and tons of news coming out. The important news tab is pretty nice. It gives you the ticker symbol and what the news is about, so that way you can quickly kind of, you know, figure out if you really want to read that article, if it's something about you know, a specific stock you want. There's social spikes. Okay, and so this kind of just monitors social engagement and you know, spikes in recent social media activity. If we scroll down to the bottom here, we can see GNS is having a spike in recent social media activity. GNS is a popular short squeeze stock that's been you know, getting a lot of attention here recently at the time of this recording. We have the stock bot in here. And so this is AI basically, or no, I'm sorry. The stock bot is actually very useful. So you can come in here and you can use this to get any information that you want on any specific stock. So you can get the average short sale volume. Okay, you can get all types. There's all types of different commands. You can get the financials. You can, you know, pull up the balance sheet. All you have to do is use the stock bot. And we have in the frequently asked questions, we have the commands for the stock bot in here. Where are they actually? I can't remember, but we have somewhere in here. I don't remember off the top of my head. We have an entire list of, you know, all of the different commands that you can use for the stock bot, so that way you know, you're not confused, and that way you can really use it to its full resources. It's super helpful, guys. I mean, it can pull up PE ratios, price to sales ratios, fundamentals, lots of good things. Now we have some AI bots as well. We have an AI scout bot, and so if you take a look here, all right, you know, it'll give you the ticker symbol, it'll give you an entry idea, a stop loss idea, and then a potential profit along with the target. And it'll tell you whether it's short or long. And then it gives you kind of an idea behind it, right? So a lot of these were bearish reversals on the 1 day. And, you know, it's just useful, right? Some of these people really love the AI bots, and they love following the bots in the Discord. And some people just kind of use them as a guideline, right? Like maybe if they happen to see a potential trade setting up and then they see the bot come out with a similar trade, maybe they'll take that trade. Now there's the bullseye tab as well. And the bullseye is spitting out option plays. So you can see here, it says ARK-K. It tells you the strike price, the $45 strike price. It tells you the expiration date, 2/17. And then it gives you the confidence, all right? The AI confidence in success of the play, about 61%. And it's expected to pan out within 1 to 2 days. And then it also goes over the volume of that contract, the open interest of that contract. So you can see here, there was 56,000 open interest contract. It had 1,800 contracts in volume that day. The amount of premium spent on that contract. So, it's really useful. A lot of these things are really useful. You can see some of the plays have really high confidence, 76%. Some of them have smaller confidence, 57%. So, you can use that to really kind of gauge and help out. We have another bot here that tracks the stock breakouts, and it'll tell you basically on the time chart, right? So we have a Fastly breakout on the hourly chart, and then it gives you a quick breakdown of the chart. It goes over the momentum, the relative volume, and the major resistance level that it's breaking out from. We also have a high probable flow bot, and so this is going over options basically that have a very high probable flow, a high probability of success. So if you take a look right here, this is BA, Boeing Airlines. It gives you the strike price, 180. It tells you the total premium spent on this contract is 621,000. So that means that someone's betting $621,000 for the January 17th, 2025 put options, right? Over here, it's going over the Myrna, right? And it gives you the premium, the volume, the strike to stock difference. It's a 5.38% difference from the strike and the stock price. And it's very, very useful, right? And it'll give you the dollar amount as well. Okay, it's an $8.34 difference from where Myrna is at today. We also have the sweeps tab. And so sweeps are going to be large institutional orders. You can come in here and you'll see that these are $382,000 in premium betting on Airbnb for the 135 strike that expire in March 17th of 2023. These are really useful, right? When you see a lot of orders flowing in, right? And sometimes you'll see 5, 6, 7 sweep orders come in for the same stock at the same day, and a lot of that premium will add up, right? So Apple, where there's 270,000, 260,000, now that's 500,000 in premium just this morning spent on Apple puts. Then we go back, scroll further around open, there was 354,000. So now that's about $850,000 in premium being spent on Apple. If we go, let's just go ahead and take a look at Apple real quick and see what it's doing. Okay. And we can see Apple is, it's down on the day, down about 1%. So, a lot of times you can, try to combine all of the data in here, right? So there's news, there's social sentiment, there's the stock bot where you can go over the fundamentals. Then you have the AI bots spitting out, potential plays. And then you combine that with some high probable flow orders, some of the sweep orders. Golden sweeps are typically, contracts that have very large premium. Okay, typically, 500,000 or more, and a lot of times you'll see them over 1 million. So remember, we just looked at Apple; it was down 1% today. Look what came in yesterday, right before close: $1.38 million on bearish Apple put contracts that expire in March. Same thing over here. More Apple put contracts that expire in March. So, we're seeing that there was a large amount of Apple put contracts at the end of the day yesterday. And then we're seeing that there's still more of those coming in early today in the morning. And perhaps you could have used that as some inference and a little bit of extra information to help support you on potentially a short trade. We also have equity blocks and dark pools in here. So this is really, really useful info. Like, retail traders really just don't have access to pretty much all of this info that I'm showing you guys, which is why I really like the Discord. It's just a plethora of resources. But you can come in here and see large block trade activity. And, it tells you whether it's a buy or whether it's a sale. You can see this was a $48 million in premium, okay, in selling on ticker symbol BAX. We have TA right here, $2.1 million in buying. And it just goes over a lot of good info, right? And sometimes, a lot of times, you'll see the same ticker popping up multiple times with a lot of these equity blocks or these dark pool trades, and it can give you some inference that, like, hey, maybe something big is about to happen with that stock, because a lot of stuff is happening behind the scenes in the dark pools or through equity blocks. We also have some crypto signal bots. Okay, so for everyone interested in crypto, it's the same thing as the stock ones, right? So it's giving you trade ideas, bullish reversal, bearish continuation. This one is on Aave. It gives you a long entry. It gives you a stop loss idea, a target idea, and a potential profit as well for the trade. There's also crypto breakouts, very similar to the stock breakouts. Okay, and it's going to go over, what the breakout level is, what time frame on the 1 hour chart, different things like that, and just show you different stuff that's breaking out at the time. We also have insider trades. So this is going to be insider trading activity. And this is also very useful, right? If you're seeing a bunch of insiders selling multiple amounts, like right here we have ticker symbol FCFS. Okay, $5 million in insider selling, and then shortly afterwards $9.72 million in insider selling. So around 12-13 million dollars in insider selling. You can see that these occurred after hours, and that's definitely when insider selling is also going to be happening too. A lot of the time is during those after hour times. We have analyst grades in here. So a lot of people look at analysts, and they like to look for analyst upgrades or analyst downgrades as a potential trade catalyst. So whenever there's analyst upgrades and downgrades for a stock, we actually have a bot that tracks that, and that will go ahead and give that information for you. It'll give you the different companies, right? So this one is Citigroup. And this is upgrading the stock to a buy. Wells Fargo is, maintaining equal weight on it, saying that it's, essentially not a buy or a sell. Same thing over here. Morgan Stanley maintaining equal weight. We have RBC Capital, same thing. Basically equal weight, right? So you can come in here and use this to, basically see some of the different analyst upgrades. Click on those and it'll go into more detail. We also have unusual option activities. These are really, really useful as well for spotting potential big plays based off option chain. If you can see here, FXI calls, $56,000 in premium. There's THC calls right here, $345,000 in premium. And whenever you see the same stocks start to appear in here a whole bunch, a lot of times it can mean that there's going to be a big move based off of the really unusual option activity. That's something that a lot of people are also interested in, is unusual option activity. And so we've got something that's really tracking all of that stuff together as well. There's a top open interest right here, and you can basically open this PDF file right here, and it'll give you all of the contracts with the top open interest. There's an earnings calendar. Okay, this is updated pretty much every week, but you can come in here and see some of the top earnings plays. And then there's trading 101. Now this is where beginners would basically start. So you would pretty much scroll up to the very top. Okay, and trying to just absorb a lot of the information. Okay, because there's tons and tons of data and resources in here. And then I have a lot of my tutorial videos I have in the trading 101 tab as well. We have scans, different things like that, internals, different trading strategies, how to set a stop loss, lots of different stuff in here in the trading 101 tab. So this is definitely where you would kind of start off as a beginner if you aren't too familiar with trading and really looking to get some good intel and some good resources. We have a lot of good resources in here. We have the market updates tab. Okay, and so this is going to show you guys basically the market updates, right? So this is the economic release for this week at the time of this recording, and it shows you all of the important data that's coming out for the market. We also have the wisdom of the elites tab. And this is where you're going to see some books and some lectures and different things like that. And this resource right here is just super, super invaluable, guys. Really, 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 really is. A bunch of books in here. A lot of the admins have read, and we have some of the ebooks in here. And a lot of good things just to build your, the psychological aspect, right? Trading or psychology is a huge factor in psychology. You also need to have a high teachability index and a high willingness to learn. you combine all of those things together, and you stay dedicated, then over time you will eventually find success. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end the video now. That's like a complete walkthrough of the Discord and what they got going on in the Discord. Lots of good stuff in here, lots of valuable resources. Like I said, it's pretty much a one-stop shop. You can get news, you can get valuable data, valuable resources in here. The stock bot is super, super useful if you're ever trying to just figure out some fundamentals. Yeah, that's it. So if you guys ever want to join, okay, you can always just use the link in the description of the videos. And if you use code Zackley, like the channel name Zackley Trades, you can get a discount on the membership.